Hey everybody, Devin here. We're going to go over a cautionary tale of why we don't use AI and virtual assistants unless we fully vet what they can do. Um, just for example, I've had problems with Synchrony Bank here for the last 5, 6 days or so. To give you the TLDR version of this, um, apparently somebody was able to double dip my account. And what happened is they scheduled two payments to be charged to the account. So they withdrew double the account balance from my checking account to get it deposited and paid into the Sam's Club card account. Um, Thereby, whenever they did that, it puts a credit on the account. So what happens is when you have a credit on your account, you can request a credit refund check. So basically, they take the credit and they wrap it up into a nice little pretty check for you, and they mail it out to you. They can't wire the funds to you. Why? I don't know. Probably some archaic rule that they have because they're a bank. But yeah, they don't wire it. They mail it out to you. Physical check, FedEx. Um, so what was happening is, for me, is that after these threat actors or whoever these people are double did my checking account for over $4,000. They changed the address info on the account. Somehow, some way at the time that wasn't known, and was trying to, I'm assuming, um, collect on those refund checks. Um, so yeah, after about 9 hours, 14 people later from Synchrony Bank over the course of 5 days, we slowly figured out what was happening. So, talking to about four different account managers the first time, we figured out that on their system, it was labeled as a phone chat. So, somebody was phoning in to change that information somehow, which doesn't really make any sense because to phone in, they do a multi factor authentication (MFA) request to my cell phone. So they send a text number to my cell phone. They have me repeat it to them just to confirm I am who I am. This is a cell phone that's on the account. Um, so, yeah, how they were doing that at the time wasn't known because for some reason they were able to bypass the MFA. They didn't have any passwords. They weren't logging into my account. My password wasn't compromised at all. So, because otherwise I would be getting bogus MFA requests on my phone saying new device is logged in, et cetera, et cetera. So that wasn't happening either. So um, the first thought is okay, well, since they're bypassing MFA, it's probably an internal threat actor, somebody that's internal to the company. They're a North Korean actor, a state actor, or just somebody that just didn't really like me that day. Um, was bypassing this MFA internally on their side and trying to collect on this checks, trying to get a nice little payday. Um, so that was about 3 days ago that we came to that conclusion. Lo and behold, today I got a hold of another account manager because they were still changing my address info after having two notes on the account to not change it. Um, the account manager looked into it a little bit more. He had, I'm assuming, an audit team or some manager that contacted a cybersecurity team or something else or audit team to look at the usernames of the users that was changing the info on their side. Turns out that it was their virtual assistant. So I'm like, well, how? First, how and why? Why is your virtual assistant able to do that in the first place? They don't know. They're just account managers. So, but then he tells me, well, you have to log in for it to do that. I'm like, no, I can chat with the chat assistant right now. I don't have to log in at all. He's like, yeah, no, you still have to log in for it to do that. So I decided to do a test on my wife's account because they've locked down my account after 14 different conversations with them, I'm assuming they put every single lockdown under the sun on my account now. So it requires video verification, clicking on a link, scanning a driver's license, and everything to verify who I am now, even through the chat. But my wife's account doesn't have that. So I decided, you know what? I'll go ahead and give it a shot. See if I can break into my wife's account, quote unquote. Keep in mind, I have her permission. We're not that kind of couple. I've been with her for 20 years. We have each other's passwords, et cetera, et cetera. So don't have to worry about that. Nothing illegal. So if you look right now, this is the chat. I don't have any username, don't have any password in there right now. So it's just a normal virtual assistant. Say, hey, how can I help you? I'm like, okay, well, I can't log into my account. So I tell it that. So it gives you a nice little nifty link. Says, help with logging in. Okay, cool. I'll click on that, right? What can go wrong? So I will get my wife's basic information that you can get just about off of any piece of mail or dark web for free. This information is very easy to come by if you look for it. It also asks for the last 4 digits of the social security, not the full social, just the last 4. And your zip code. So this will be blurred out. So basically what it's asking for is first name, last name, date of birth, last 4 digits of your social, and your zip code. That's it. That's all it asks for. So I'm like, okay, cool. Submit. I'll do that. Oh, there we go. So it says, okay. But oh, what's this? Oh, I'm logged in. Yeah. No MFA. No password. No real person to talk to. Nothing. Basically, if you have a person's basic information, you can log into their account. Pardon my language, but how did this even pass muster is beyond me, especially for a financial institution that has so much money in its accounts. This is the reason why you fully vet any software, especially if it has access to your production systems, it has access to your database, it has ways to modify that data in that data in that database. That's why you fully vet before you even release it, because this can happen. Synchrony Bank needs to disable their virtual assistant. It needs to disable their AI virtual assistant, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much just a virtual assistant. It's not really quote unquote AI. Because this is big. It's huge. Basically, anybody can go on with a Python script, and then they can get a CSV list of anybody's information, and they can brute force this chatbot and log into your account with no problem whatsoever. Again, cautionary tale of why you don't use AI or any sort of virtual assistant that's tied to your production systems.